It's time for Friday Night Flights, sponsored by Casey Auto Group, Subway, and Bayport Credit Union.
It was homecoming for several high schools in Hampton Roads. A beautiful night for parades, great bands, and the crowning of kings and queens. And we also had some royal action on the field as the high school football season really gets interesting. I'm Bruce Rader. Welcome to Friday Night Flights, and what a night. We had a matchup of two division leaders, Maury and Ocean Lakes, playing each other for the very first time in one of the most exciting games we have seen in years. And we'll begin with that one in Norfolk with 4-2 Lake Taylor hosting 4-1 Norcom. This is a game you have to see to believe. Brian Parsons, show us the game of the week.
From Chopper 10, an amazing game in Norfolk. Lake Taylor and Black trailed 40-14 at one point, but back come the Titans. Malik Newton, look at this run, a 53-yard touchdown. Lake Taylor comes back from 26 points down to take a 42-40 lead. Amazing. And you think that was wild? Wait until you see the ensuing kickoff. Norcom's Karan Prunty takes it, finds some breathing room, and he is off to pay dirt. 85-yard kickoff return for the touchdown. Norcom back up 46-42. Norcom would get the ball back, and a huge play by the Lake Taylor defense. Dallas Sproul gets to the quarterback, ball comes loose, Lake Taylor recovers, and the Titans cash in. Who else but Malik Newton? 16-yard touchdown, his fifth of the game. Lake Taylor back up 49-46. 6 seconds to go in the game. Norcom lining up for a field goal. Caleb Twyman Buxton, he nails it, and we're going to overtime, tied at 49. Norcom scored a touchdown to take a 56-49 lead. Lake Taylor answered. Malik Newton, touchdown number 6 of the night. He ran for more than 220 yards, and Hank Sawyer decides to go for the two-pointer and the win, and the Titans convert. Lake Taylor comes back from a 40-14 deficit to stun Norcom 57-56 in one of the wildest games we've ever seen on Friday Night Flights. Brian Parsons reporting for Friday Night Flights.
Brian, great highlights from Chopper 10. They're going to be talking about that game for years. Meanwhile, down at the beach, a non-district game between unbeaten Maury, the defending region champion and top-ranked Division 5 team in the region right now, against Ocean Lakes, the defending champion and top-ranked Division 6 team in the region right now. First time these guys have ever played each other. Maury in white up 7-6. What a big night for Commodore back C.J. Beasley. The Virginia Tech commit busts his way across the goal line to make it 14-6 Maury. Dolphins trying to score before halftime. Quarterback Josh Brown going long. Look at Naquan Brown making the catch. Big play receiver, getting a bunch of Division I offers. Virginia Tech, LSU, but the Maury defense punishing tonight. Brown brought down by Evans. Commodores led 14-6 at halftime, then the floodgates open in the second half. Backed up on his own goal line. Look at Beasley. He busts it loose, 95 yards to the house, and Maury dominates the Dolphins 31-6 in their first matchup ever.
Good team, good coach. It's a playoff team. So in order to take that next step and get over the hump, we're going to have to play teams like that. So I want to thank you for even accepting the challenge.
What does it mean to come out with a win the first time between these two teams?
To show them that we here, let them know that we Maury and we run the area.
All right, we're going to stay at the beach. Undefeated Salem trying to stay up there with Maury in Division 5 on the road at winless First Colonial. Tough homecoming for the Patriots. As good as Maury is, so is Salem's Saquon Miles. He finds Keontae Tyson across the middle for the touchdown, but Salem's star is this guy. Kaylon Black, another top 10 play of the week, I'm sure, as he hurdles a Patriots defender, finds the end zone on a beautiful run. It was all Salem tonight. This time, Lex Henry up the gut, running over a defender on his back in the end zone. The Salem defense was flawless. They come up with a 61-0 shutout at First Colonial. It was also homecoming at Cox, the Falcons hosting a very good Lansdowne team. Cox leading at halftime 16-7, but Lansdowne catches fire. Emmanuel Heidelberg picks it out of the air, and there's nobody between him and the end zone. The Cox defense, though, was holding tough. Lansdowne trying to punch it in on 4th and goal, but the Cox D stands tall, holds them off for now, but so does Lansdowne's defense. Dominic Wilson and Andre Stevens can't get the exchange off clean. The Eagles recover, setting up a slashing Jalen Parham touchdown. Lansdowne scores 20 unanswered points in the second half, and they would upset Cox 27-16. Oscar Smith hosting Kings Fort. Big crowd on hand for the Tigers homecoming. First play from scrimmage for Oscar Smith, pinned way back. Ty Norfleet giving the Tigers some breathing room with a 36-yard gain. And then on the very same possession, it's 4th and goal for the Tigers. And they go to who else but Ty Norfleet. That's going to make it 7-0 Oscar Smith. Oscar Smith would strike again. Ethan Vasco with the dart to Raymond Hall. And then in the second quarter, the Tigers just keep running up the score. Norfleet slices and dices his way in for his second touchdown of the game. Oscar Smith with an impressive win over Kings Fort. The Churchland Truckers off to their best start in 43 years on the road against Norview, getting it done quickly on the kick return. George Wives takes it the length of the field. Boy, is he fast. No, we sped it up. But he did get the touchdown. And then on their first drive, Nashawn Bunch takes a little toss from Donardo Harrison. The Truckers jumped out to an early 14-point lead. Northview on offense not giving up. Quarterback Taquan Trotman goes deep. Look at Cameron Wider-Hill. He beats the defender and finds the end zone. But those early scores were too much as Churchland improves to 6-1. What a year with a 38-12 win. Now, Granby snapped its 17-game losing streak last week, looking for back-to-back wins for the first time in 2 years against Kempsville. Look at this. Ershad Parker dumps the ball off to Raymond Biddle. Biddle finds the end zone, and the Granby Comets are up 14-2. The Granby defense also on point tonight. The Sean Newby's pass picked off by Granby's to Quante Perry. Granby with its first 2-game winning streak since 2017, beating Kempsville tonight 14-2. On the scoreboard, Green Run 40-15 over Kellum. Great Bridge with a 46 points offense in its win over Lakeland. Woodside 40-0 over Minchville, and Gloucester 59, Bethel 49. Boy, that was a wild one at Darling Stadium in Hampton. And still to come, Chopperton heads to Hornets country, where Deep Creek tries to remain unbeaten. And in Chesapeake, Nansemond River and Grassfield hook it up. And there was a world champion track star on the sidelines. What? Friday Night Flights continues.
We're the NSA cheerleaders. Don't go away. Bruce will be right back with more Friday Night Flights. We're
It was also homecoming at Nansemond Suffolk Academy. The Saints lost to Norfolk Academy 35-6, but the band was on fire. Under the direction of Sarah Eubanks, the NSA Marching Band is the Friday Night Flights Band of the Week. You can see them anytime. Go to WAVY.com, and our Friday Night Flights webpage is there for the top 10 plays of the week and all your high school football news. Last week, Grassfield put up 27 points against Indian River, but the Grizzlies lost by 21. Tonight, Grassfield trying to get back on the winning track against a very tough Nansemond River team. And Nansemond River in white was up by 10 at the half. Nolan James looking downfield, but decides to keep it himself. He's going to go around, and then he's going to run right into your living room for a Warriors touchdown. Now on the conversion, look at this. It's a low snap, but a heads-up play by Cameron Cuffey. He goes back to pass, finds an open man in the end zone for the two-point conversion. Warriors up 13-10, and the Grizzlies try to answer late in the game. Damani Ward with the handoff. Steven Milan flies through the defense, but the Warriors, well, they were a little too much for him to handle. Nansemond River 49-10. At the Grassfield game tonight, the biggest star, Grizzlies legend Grant Holloway, the former track champion from Florida, hot off his world championship in the 110 meters. He's the best in the world. You know, after he won the Worlds in Qatar, Grant said that he was going to come home to Chesapeake and celebrate with his alma mater. What a great guy, and on to the Olympics next summer in Tokyo.
I feel great. You know, it's just one of the things now. I just sit back, relax, enjoy, and reflect on how much of a season I had. You know, I'm blessed to be able to have this season. I'm blessed to have friends. I'm blessed to have a high school that still supports me. And, you know, I'm going to keep working until my legs don't work no more.
We're all supporting you, buddy. Holloway says he plans on relaxing now after the big win, but he's going to be back on the track soon. He also wants all the kids out there watching to know if they have a dream, make sure you have fun, stay true to those dreams, and know that there's beauty in having fun. Stay true to your dreams. There's also beauty in struggle. You know, he was a great high school star and was on Friday Night Flights a lot when he was in high school. Indian River trying to stay in playoff contention in Class 5. The Braves on the road against Hickory. Indian River, though, would control this game from start to finish. Zakai Mangia with the handoff to Braylon Payne. He gets the score. Hickory kicks it off, and Lamarian James, one of the best players in the state, is gone. Lamarian James, once again, I'll bet you he's going to make the top 10 plays of the week on Tuesday night on Fox 43. And how about one more highlight from Zakai Mangia? Indian River shuts out Hickory 48-0. They're now 4-2 on the season. Let's go back up to Chopper 10. Deep Creek trying to keep its perfect record intact. The Hornets hosting Western Branch. Deep Creek in purple. How about a little razzle-dazzle from the Chopper? The ball is going to end up into the hands of Antoine Flora. He gets some nice blocks, and he is on his way to a 55-yard touchdown to give the Hornets an early lead. A little later, Deep Creek knocked it on the door. Once again, it's Antoine Flora that finds the end zone. Deep Creek would go on to win 42-0. The Hornets are still undefeated, but a brutal stretch to end the regular season for the Hornets. They have to play at Indian River, at Oscar Smith, at home against Kings Fork, and then at Nansemond River. All right, before we all get kicked out of here, how about one last look at the Friday Night Flight scoreboard? War Hill still undefeated with a win over King William. Poquoson by 20 over Jamestown. Franklin gets past Brunswick 32-14. Surrey County gets a victory over Windsor. Southampton loses to Greenville. Norfolk Christian defeats Isle of Wight. We had some football action last night, a close one in the Bay Rivers District. York remains undefeated, squeaking by New Kent 29-28. It was a big night for Jaden Flood Brown. Lafayette won its 5th game of the season, beating Smithfield 48-7, and Warwick shut out Kickintan 42-0. Couple of games tomorrow, Phoebus against Denby, and down at the beach, Tallwood at Bayside. But what a night for high school football tonight. We do have one college football score for you. The University of Virginia loses on the road to Miami 17-9. Don't worry, the Hoos will be back. The Admirals lost to Florida 4-3 in their season opener at Norfolk Scope. And we leave you tonight with the Nansemond Suffolk Academy Marching Band. We'll see you next week on Friday Night Flights. Good night.